Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol NIO, NIO Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So NIO had a very bearish run, as we all know. It happened on Friday, and from that point forward, it actually used the previous support level as support to bring itself back up and start to reach newer highs and actually break through resistance, broke through the 50-day moving average, and now is slightly in bullish territory. So super important for the bulls to continue this run. They're going to have to break through the resistance levels we're about to talk about. We currently have the 50-day moving average at 46.03, and we're currently at 46.41. So the bulls are starting to pull themselves away from the 50-day moving average, but to maintain this momentum and break away deeper into bullish territory, they're going to have to break the resistance that we're about to talk about. And I also want to point out, in the broader spectrum of things, some numbers and points of reference for the next coming weeks and also days according to the volatility of this stock in the upward or downward direction. And we're going to narrow it down to what's important for tomorrow. So let's go ahead and see here our resistance level that the bulls need to break through and our support. This is pretty narrow here because this is one of the lowest points where the bears tried to reappear and stop this from rising, and the bulls reappeared. So I want to look at this very closely, and then we're going to look at this a little bit broader. So the lowest point reached in this bearish run, which is the most important number right now, is down here at 40.56. If 40.56 gets broken through, this will start to see newer lows and newer support levels. Now, on the other hand, we have the highest point reached, highest valuation of NIO, and that's 54.20. 54.20 is super important for the bulls to break through. They want to break through 54.20 to reach newer highs and newer resistance levels. So that will allow them to pull further away from the 50-day moving average and break through deeper into bullish territory and newer highs. So our resistance level and support right now, this is a very narrow stretch, so we're going to want to pay close attention to it, but there are going to be some important numbers. Keep in mind those numbers as the one I stated down here and the one I stated up here for the next coming days and weeks according to the volatility of this stock. I also want you guys to share with me your thoughts on this recovery and if it's going to continue to work its way up and the bulls have gained control, or do you believe that the bears are going to appear? Because the tug of war is going to be interesting. We're really close to the 50-day moving average here, and there's some important numbers to keep in mind as this plays out. So I would love for you guys to share your thoughts and tell us what you think, because the tug of war will be real as this plays out, and we're really close to the 50-day moving average to see who's going to gain leverage. So for the bulls to continue this momentum, continue this run, get deeper into bullish territory, pull further away from the 50-day moving average, they need to break through resistance. This resistance level is 46.68, and if they break through that point, this could be on its way to newer highs and create that stair step, right? Create that stair step effect and bring itself up to newer highs and newer resistance levels. So super important for the bulls to turn that into the stair step effect and go ahead and break away from it after turning it into a support to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. So I want every single investor to be aware that resistance of 46.68 needs to be broken through and turn into a support. Very important. The emphasis on that is super important, because if the bulls don't manage that, they could lose leverage here and the tug of war could go in the other direction. So I want every single investor to be aware of that. On the other hand, we have what the bears want, and the bears want to break through support. If they accomplish this, they're pulling it further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction, and also the bears accomplished breaking through support, which means they got into bearish territory. They're pulling further away from the 50-day moving average, reaching newer lows, breaking through support to get further down, deeper into bearish territory. And by doing so, the bears are gaining control and taking away the leverage or any control over the chart for the bulls. So my emphasis to all investors is pay close attention to how this is reacting if it breaks through the 50-day moving average, and then also between the 50-day moving average and this support level, see what's going on, because the bulls could reappear and bring this back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly quickly. Now, if it gets to a point that you've waited till support to see what's going on, pay very close attention to the behavior of this stock if support is broken through, and how quickly is it moving to newer lows, because now we're definitely in bearish territory and moving further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. So keep that in mind. Pay close attention to the inflow, the outflow of the chart, and also see the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute chart frames to see who is dominating the chart and what's going on. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. In that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. On these scheduled dates, the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets, and in turn, the S&P 500 index is rising several points. Well, I also go into deeper detail in the video, but just to summarize it, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, and you could see it all in the video. But what does it mean for us as investors that the S&P 500 index is rising? Well, if the S&P 500 index is rising, there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it. They're rising anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share, sometimes even more per share. But I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share it does add up. Like I always say, profits are profits. You guys got to check out the video. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news that there's an opportunity to invest in the stock market and maximize your profits and minimize your losses, whether the market's going up or it's going down. For as long as these Federal Reserve pumps continue to happen, there is an opportunity to maximize profits. Check out the video. Very helpful and informative, and I don't want any of you guys to go ahead and miss out on it. And I just did the most updated one for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.